The following is a live presentation. It's amazing how it tells me I have a live thing on my own channel. The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network. Home and the champions of the past, present, and or future. So as we start our doubleheader, let's tell you what happened in Chicago, the Twins and the White Sox, because the opening of this doubleheader is the Royals and the A's. Both teams looking up at the Twins, and as you can see, Frank Viola, 7 1/3 solid innings, 4 hits, a 1-run ball. He struck out 6 and beats Melito Perez, Melito Perez, 6-1. Perez couldn't get out of the 6, and the pen just wasn't all that good. Look, who is the big hero? Well, it's Kirby Puckett. He went 3 for 5, doubled, scored twice, and 11-game hitting streak. And in the 6th, they broke it open. Randy Bush and a ground ball fielder's choice. Greg Gagne with an RBI single to score Bush, and Al Newman with a 2 RBI single to make it 6-1. And so the Twins' magic number over the A's is 9. And so as we get set for Oakland and Kansas City, and I think I put that in the wrong order, it'll be Storm Davis and Charlie Leibrandt for you on what should be a halfway decent day in Kansas City. It's 78 degrees and the wind's blowing in from right, and both teams need a win. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this doubleheader Thursday here. Now, we're doing something a bit weird. This is the first part of this doubleheader is Saturday, September 10th, 1988. We're doing Oakland and the Royals. We already did Cleveland. We did Cleveland and Boston yesterday. We did Cincinnati and the Dodgers in a quick sim yesterday. They are the second part of this doubleheader, but it is their game from Sunday, the 11th of September. So the A's elimination number now is 9. They are 79 and 63. They're not a bad team. They played 140. This is a game 143. They have 20 games or 19 games left after this, or including this. And so, but they're just going to run out of time. They're going to be a good team. They're probably going to be close to 90 wins before all is said and done, but it's not going to matter. The Royals, on the other hand, are 86 and 55. Not a must-win game for them. I think they fall 2.5 back. We'll take a look in a bit at where the standings are currently. But again, you want to win these games, and you want to put your foot out over the pillow of the Oakland A's. Charlie Leibrandt, who is 12 and 11 on the year, gets the call for Kansas City. Storm Davis gets the call for Oakland. In Game 2 of the doubleheader, we moved to September 11th, 1988, for the Reds and the Dodgers from Cincinnati, or from Dodger Stadium. The lead is 3.5 for Cincinnati because the Dodgers did win their Saturday game. So that game becomes relevant, and we'll actually be able to replay for you the Tom Browning perfect game next week, or maybe the week after, as they move to Cincinnati for their last series of the season, and that's when Browning threw the perfect game was against the Dodgers. That's the setup for you. It's Oakland and the Royals to start, and then Cincinnati and the Dodgers from Los Angeles. Next! As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988. Today, from the first game from Royal Stadium in Independence, Missouri, it is the Oakland A's and the Kansas City Royals. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And it will be Storm Davis versus Charlie Leibrandt. Davis 14 and 10 with an earned run average of 405. Leibrandt, if the Royals are to make the playoffs, make a pretty good combination with Brett Saberhagen and Kevin Appier, or Mark Gubicza rather. Leibrandt 12 and 11 with a 3.19 ERA. Leibrandt comes into this one. This is the Royals' 142nd game, at 12-11. He has 5 more starts, including this, and his ERA is bang on his real-life number at 3.19. Charlie is 32 years old. He throws a fastball at 84 and a ground ball pitcher. How you doing, midlife crisis? Against Oakland, this is his second start. They beat him, although he pitched well, 7 hits and 3 runs through 8 innings. His last start, as we wait for them, was against California 5 days ago in a 9-6 win against the Angels. 7 innings for Charlie, 113 pitches, 7 hits, all 3 runs are earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. He's 11th in ERA and 25th in wins. Lee Brandt, 220 innings, 204 hits, 88 runs, 78 earned. He's allowed 13 homers. He's walked 65 and struck out 109. Here's how the A's will line up, and you would think that in real life this lineup was looking a lot better than they are now. They were well out in front of the curve by mid-September '88, and now they are literally, that hill just gets higher and harder to climb every time the Twins win, which they already have on this Saturday. Stan Javier leads off in left. Dave Henderson will bat second and play center field. Jose Canseco in right goes third. Mark McGwire cleans up at first. Terry Steinbach behind the plate will bat fifth. Carney Lansford at third goes sixth. Don Baylor, the DH, will bat seventh. Mike Gallego at second will go eighth. Walt Weiss at short bats ninth. And Lee Brandt probably 8 innings on a good day. 120 pitches. Defensively for Kansas City, Pat Tabler is a 2-arm out there in left. Willie Wilson is a 7 and a 6 in center. Bo Jackson is in right. He is a 5 and an 8. Kevin Seitzer a 6 at third. Bill Pacoda at 8 at short. Frank White a 7 at second. George Brett a 5 at first. And Larry Owen behind the plate is a 7 and a 4. Lee Brandt a 7 on the mound with a .954 fielding percentage. Javier stepping in at 270, 3 triples and 30 RBI. Again, it's all pretty much must-win now for Oakland as they take the field tonight. This is a night game. They are 9.5 behind the Twins, and their elimination number is 9. Pitch to Javier is a base hit into left. Tabler a 3 and a 2 out there. And Stan has a leadoff single. Javier has 19 steals. Here's Dave Henderson. Hendu at 294, 23 homers, and 94 RBI. The throw to first, and Stan is back. Lee Brandt's pitch. Into left field, Tabler will corral it, making the catch 1 out, and Javier goes back to the bag. So 1 out for Jose Canseco. If you're looking at the outcome boxes here, Oakland looking really good in a game they really can't afford to lose. Canseco at 305, 35 homers, and 105 RBI. If you're wondering about this being a 40-40 year for Canseco, he would need 7 home runs over the last 20 games. That's not impossible. And just 1 more steal, he has 39. And of course, this year, Mr. Ohtani for the Dodgers, the first 45-45 player in Major League history. Lee Brandt's pitch to Canseco is a high ground ball to Seitzer, White for 1, and Canseco's going to reach as there is no throw. So 2 out for Mark McGwire, hitting .275, 32 homers, and 101 RBI. So Lee Brandt kind of dodged one there. Charlie deals, and McGwire hits one up the middle. Pacoda in on the plastic, throws to Brett, and McGwire is retired. So Canseco is left on. The A's get a hit and leave on a runner, and after half an inning, there's no score. And so here is Storm Davis. He is making start number 30 of 33. He is 14 and 10 with an earned run average of 405, so about 3/10 of a run over what he did in real life. Well, if you want to be picky, it's .35 above. And if you're wondering why the A's have struggled, it is their pitching. It just hasn't been stellar. Davis is 27, fastball at 91, and a ground ball pitcher. Against the Royals, well, they Christmas treat him. An inning and 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 1. His last appearance was 5 days ago against the Rangers, and they beat him 5-2. 5 1/3 innings, 108 pitches, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. His last win came against Baltimore 2 starts prior to that on August 26th. He's thrown 177 2/3, 180 hits, 87 runs, 80 earned, 12 homers. He's walked 83 and struck out 128. The lineup for the Royals. Willie Wilson leads off in center. Kevin Seitzer at third will bat second. George Brett at first goes third. Pat Tabler cleans up in left. Danny Tarnable is the DH. He'll bat fifth. Frank White at second will go sixth. Bo Jackson in right field will bat seventh. Pacoda projects at short, batting eighth. And Larry Owen, maybe one of the most unlikely people to be in a pennant chase, will bat ninth behind the plate. Davis can give you 120 pitches, which should, on a good day, get you into the eighth. But that's the big if. Can he get you that's a good day. Left field is Javier. He's a 5 and a 3 for Oakland. Dave Henderson in a 7 and a 4, and center Jose Canseco a 6 and a 9 in right. Carney Lansford playing for a bunt we're not going to give is a 4 at third. Walt Weiss is an 8 at short. Gallego a 5 at second. McGuire a 7 at first. Terry Steinbach a 7 and a 7 behind the plate. And Davis is a 7 on the mound with a .964 fielding percentage. Willie Wilson at 258, 9 triples. Oh, by the way, he still has legs, and as ZZ Top would say, he knows how to use them. A home run and 32 RBI. Davis starts his effort with a little ground ball over the mound. Weiss is on top of it, throws to McGuire, and Wilson is out on a bang-banger, one away. For Kevin Seitzer at 327. Keep an eye on that outcome box. Those results are horrible for Davis. Seitzer at 327, 6 triples, 5 homers, and 59 RBI. Davis deals. Seitzer into right center, and that's extra bases. Henderson plays it off the wall, and Seitzer's in the second standing with his 29th double of the year. For George Brett, the Hall of Famer at 328, 49 doubles, 21 homers, and 117 RBI. Davis wipes his brow and deals. Brett into left center field. Henderson will track it down. Seitzer goes back to tag, and the throw is cut off by Weiss. So the runner moves to third, 2 out for Pat Tabler. Tabler at 341, 3 homers, and 42 RBI. The Royals trying to keep pace with the Twins, who easily beat the White Sox offline. The A's 9.5 out, and their elimination number is 9. Pitch to Tabler. Seitzer dances down third. Ground ball left side. Base hit. So the Royals will score first on a Tabler single, and that's how this one starts. Here's Danny Tarnable, 262, 24 homers, and 91 RBI. Reds and Dodgers from Los Angeles next. Pitch to Tarnable. Danny. Long drive, left field. That's wet. That's in the fountains. That's his 25th. And on a game where Oakland can't afford to lose, it's 3-0 Kansas City. That hill gets steeper and steeper and steeper for the A's by the minute. An absolute no-doubter from Tartable. And all Javier could do was turn and watch it go. So before the faithful can all find their seats here at Royal Stadium, it's 3-0 Kansas City. Davis didn't give up a lot of homers, just 16 in real life and 201 2/3. On the replay, that's his 13th. So White at 281, 9 homers. And if you're wondering why the Royals are sitting so pretty, he has driven in 87 runs. He drove in 58 in real life. Pitch to White. Into right center. Henderson moving over. And Dave will make the catch, and that'll do. However, the 2-run homer by Tartable is huge. After 1, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They don't even leave anybody on. And after 1, it's 3-0 Kansas City. So Steinbach, Lansford, and Baylor to face Lieberant, who's been given some cushion. Terry at 285, 6 homers, and 36 RBI. Fly ball to left, Tabler down the line, and somebody from Kansas City, Kansas made the catch, and it's 0-2. Struck him out. So Lieberant got him on an 0-2 fastball looking. And Charlie is a pitch-to-contact pitcher. As we said, he's now has only struck out 110 on the replay and 221 in the 3rd innings. Lansford, a good contact hitter at 276, 9 homers, and 66 RBI. Lieberant from the wind. Lansford right back up the box. Lieberant, third base side of the rubber. Over to Brett, and then there's 2 away. For Don Baylor, Baylor at 204, 6 homers, and 23 RBI. 2 out. Baylor, left center. Wilson, Mosey's over, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. The A's go in order, and after an inning and a half here in Kansas City, the home team leads at 3-0. So here comes Bo with Pacoda and Owen to follow. Bo at 261, 24 homers and 62 RBI. And for you A's fans, he has struck out 130 times in 406 at-bats. Davis, deep breath on this Chamber of Commerce night in Independence, Missouri, 78 degrees. What little breeze they're in is coming in from right at 5. Pitch to Bo. Chopper down to third. Lansford has it. Long throw to first. Jackson can run, but so can Lansford's arm, and there's 1 out. So here's Pacoda at 135, a triple, and 6 RBI. Davis from the wind. Base hit left center. Javier cuts it off before it can reach the wall. Pacoda takes a long turn around first, but will hold with a single, 1 out. For Larry Owen, Larry, a household name in his own house, at 195, no homers, and 12 RBI. Pacoda takes a healthy lead off of first. Davis throws back to first, and Bill is back. Pacoda does not go, and Owen, well, there was a pitch out, and the count is a ball and no strikes. Pacoda really isn't going now. So Davis has to worry about the hitter at the plate. Already down 3-0 here with 1 out in the second. Another, am I hitting the right button? I am. So Storm Davis is exceptionally worried about Bill Pacoda. Well, I suppose there's a first time for everything. Owen, base hit left field. So that distraction leads to a single. Pacoda will round second. They're going to run on Javier's arm. It's not great. Pacoda on his way to third, and it will be late. So runners on the corners and 1 out for Willie Wilson in a game that might be getting out of hand early. Willie is 0 for 1. Davis is opening 9, 24 pitches. Inning in a third, 5 hits and a home run. Larry Owen has my speed at first. In fact, he's probably using my chair at first. So Pacoda on third, Owen on first, and Willie Wilson at the plate. Davis deals, and there's a slow ground ball to Gallego. Pacoda will score, throw to Weiss for 1, and Willie Wilson is on with a fielder's choice. So it's 4-0 Kansas City. 2 out here in the second for Kevin Seitzer, who doubled and scored his first time up. You can't be much worse than what the A's have started off in this game. Pitch to Davis, a throwback to Wilson. And Wilson has a better chance, but you're not going to do it now. Davis, kind of in betwixt and between out there, goes to the plate. Seitzer pops it up, left side, Lansford by the Oakland dugout, and runs out of real estate, and the count is full. So Wilson pretty much told to take second base. He goes. Stein, it's ball 4, and so it's now runners on first and second. So Davis throws his first walk, and Kansas City has their foot on the throttle right now. Here's George Brett. George is 0 for 1. So Wilson on second, Seitzer on first. 2 out, Davis deals. And Brett up the middle. Gallego will have it. He goes to first to McGuire, and the Royals cannot score. But they have worked Davis hard. Once they do score, they get a run on 2 hits and no errors. And after 2 here in Independence, it's Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing. So Gallego, Weiss, and Javier here to face Leibrandt in the third. Gallego at 177. Not even sure that's his weight. No homers, 4 doubles, and 6 RBI. Leibrandt starts the third with ball 4. So Gallego moves up for Walt Weiss. Weiss at 255. Could bunt here. 2 homers and 50 RBI. Brett and Seitzer play for the bunt. Nobody out. Here in the top of the third. Leibrandt's pitch. That's a ground ball to White. What's he going to do? Pacoda for 1. Weiss is going to reach as the throwback to Brett is late, but they get Gallego, and there's 1 out. Or Javier, who singled his first time up. Leibrandt, 38 pitches, 2 1/3, opening 9 for Charlie, has allowed just 1 hit. That was Javier at the plate. He has walked a batter and struck out a man. Pitch to Stan. Ground ball to Pacoda. They might get 2 out of this. White for 1, and that'll do it. Javier just too fast down the line, and White will eat it. So Stan has good speed. 2 out for Dave Henderson, who is 0 for 1. Hopefully you're all having a good Thursday here. 1st of 2 on the channel today. Throw to first, and Javier is back. Henderson strikes out. Leibrandt a wry smile as Henderson chased a 2-2 fastball for strike 3, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit. The A's have left on 2, and after 2.5 here, it's Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing. So Tabler, Tartable, and White to face Davis here in the third. Pat had the RBI single in the first, which was followed by the Tartable homer. Pitch to Pat. There's a ground ball to Weiss. Walt pretty good out there. Long throw to first, and McGuire's there, 1 out. So as we head into the last couple weeks of the season, I think there's about 3 weeks left. Danny Tartable, by the way, smashed his 25th of the year in the first. And is now driven in 93. Only 2 of the 4 real-life division winners are in a playoff position. I'm not going to say that Oakland can't do it, it gets a taller task by the day. So for a replay for you, are you happier when you get the real life playoffs, a mix of them, or do you prefer that something else just kind of changes? The Mets are going to win the East in the National League. The Red Sox, Tigers, and Blue Jays all in the mix in the American League East, and the Reds have a 3.5 game lead on the Dodgers. Pitched to Tartagle, walked him. So Danny draws the walk. 1 out for Frank White. Frank is 0 for 1. Ground ball to third. Lansford has it. Gallego for 1. White's going to reach as there is no throw. Good slide by Tartagle to make the knockout slide. Here's Bo. Bo is 0 for 1. So White on first, 2 out. Davis steals. Bo, slow dribbler down to Gallego, is in. Bo is a factory, but they'll throw him out, and that'll do. Royals will strand a runner. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And we go to the 4th here in Kansas City. Royals 4, Athletics nothing. So Canseco, McGuire, and Steinbach to face Leibrandt. Jose is 0 for 1. Left center and well struck. Back goes Tabler, and that will take a bath. That's in the fountains. So Canseco with a long, loud home run to make it a 4-1 ball game. That is his 36th of the year, and he's now driven in 106. So his 40-40 dream is very much alive, and they tell me that's his 4th home run of the year against the Royals. Doesn't matter how long or loud it is, when there's nobody on base, it just counts for 1. Now here's McGuire, who is 0 for 1. Struck him out. Charlie got him on a 2-2 fastball outside. So 1 out for Steinbach, who was the other strikeout. Well, he struck out 3 now, has Charlie. Steinbach, one of them, he's 0 for 1. So if you're wondering for Leibrandt, that was only the 14th home run of the year that he's allowed. Pitch to Terry is into right field. He goes the opposite way. Bo waits. Jackson makes the catch, and there's 2 out for Carney Lansford, who's 0 for 1. Drops one down. Leibrandt throws to White, and that will take care of business. Through 3.5 here in Kansas City, Jose Canseco puts the A's on the board with a solo shot, but that's it. And after 3.5, it's 4-1 Royals. So we'll do it this way for you as far as the standings are concerned, because I believe this is all the latest. It says Oakland's elimination number is 12. Anywho, so here we go. Mets' magic number is 10 over the Pirates and the Phils, and again, nobody has been eliminated in the National League East. A division that's been decided a long time ago, and you know, it would take a miracle inside of a miracle inside of a miracle, but no. In the West, the Reds lead the Dodgers by 3.5. That is the second half of our doubleheader today. In the American League East, the Red Sox lead the Blue Jays by 2 and the Tigers by 3. Toronto, like the new kids on the block, they are hanging tough, and so are the Tigers. And in the West, that is up to the moment. The Twins have the best record in all of baseball. Kansas City has the second best record in all of baseball at 86-55. The A's are 9.5 back. So Pacoda, Owen, and Wilson to face Davis here in the 4th. Bill singled and scored in the 2nd. Got him. First for Davis, a 2-2 fastball got him looking. So here's Larry Owen. Larry got a single because Davis was too busy worried about what Pacoda was going to do on the bases, and he threw Owen a meatball. And he's going to throw him another meatball as Owen singles into the gap in right center. Baseball is a funny game, isn't it? And Owen's hitting .215 now. So Davis opening 18, 66 pitches, 3 1/3, 6 hits. All 3 runs are earned. The home run was Tartable's. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. Willie Wilson is 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Or with an RBI, fielder's choice. That is into left center, and that's going to drop for a hit. Henderson cuts it off, and Owen rolls out the oxygen tank at second base. He's not there to run. There's Kevin Seitzer. Kevin has doubled, scored, and walked. 1 for 1. So hopefully you guys are having a good Thursday. Pitch to Seitzer. Base hit over McGuire. Down the line and right. Canseco got a bad jump on it. Owen scores. Willie Wilson around third. He's going to run on Canseco's arm. Seitzer's going to hold at second for the moment. Gallego's throw to the plate is going to be close, and they got him. So Seitzer has a second double of the day, but Canseco to Gallego to Steinbach, and it worked. And Willie Wilson is dusting off his backside, going back to the dugout after being called out. So 2 out for Brett is 0 for 2. They did get 1 in there. Now it's a 5-1 ball game. Seitzer on second. Davis to the plate. Right field. Canseco makes the catch against the sidewall, and that'll do. However, the Royals get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and after 4, it's Kansas City 5, Oakland 1. So Baylor, Gallego, and Weiss to face Lee Brandt here in the 5th. You guys are awful quiet today. Baylor is 0 for 1. Don up the middle. White with a grab. Throws to Brett. 1 out. That's Frank White's 30th great play of the year. And .994 fielding percentage in real life and in the game. Gallego walked his first time up. Slow chopper down to Brett. Lee Brandt runs to the bag. Brett with a flip, and Gallego is 2 out. For Walt Weiss, who's 0 for 1. Everything so far in this one going Kansas City's way. Pitch to Weiss. Popped up, right side. George Brett sends us to the break on a 69-degree, beautiful late summer afternoon in Burlington, Vermont. It's the Royals 5. No runs, no hits, no errors for Oakland. They have won. Well, if you joined us late, the Royals, in what is really a must-win game for the A's, lead 5-1. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Kansas City. A run on 2 hits and no errors for Oakland. Danny Tarnable, a 2-run homer in the first, was part of a 3-run effort. Pat Tabler, an RBI single to score Kevin Seitzer. So it was 3-0 after 1. Willie Wilson, a fielder's choice in the second, made it 4-0. In the fourth, Canseco blasted his 36. That found the water fountain in left field. 4-1 at that point, and then Kevin Seitzer restored the 4-run lead. His RBI double scored Larry Owen to make it 5-1. Storm Davis has not pitched well. 8-hitter through 4, and all 5 runs are earned. Charlie Leibrandt, a 2-hitter through 5. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. It'll be Tabler, Tartabull, and White to face Davis here in the 5th. Pat is 1 for 2. He has a single, a run scored, and an RBI. As by Bobby Brady pops through. Davis starts the 5th. Right back up the box, Davis throws to McGuire. 1 out. So here's Tartabull. He is walked and homered. 5-run Kansas City. Up the middle, Weiss stops it, throws to McGuire for the out. 2 away. For Frank White, who's 0 for 2. Struck him out, only the second strikeout from Davis. White chased a 1-2 fastball. So the Royals go in order here in the 5th, but they still lead it 5-1. So opening 18 for Leibrandt, 70 pitches, 5 innings, 2 hits, the home run to Canseco, who will hit 3rd in the inning here. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. Javier is 1 for 2 with a single. There's a ground ball to Pacoda behind the bag at second. The throw to Brett is in time, 1 away. So 1 out for Henderson, who has struck out once. He's 0 for 2. That is in the left. That will fall in front of Tabler. Henderson takes a wide turn and returns to the bag. 1 out for Canseco, who homered in the 4th. He now has 36 on the year while driving in 106. Leibrandt over the middle of the plate. That's in the left, but Tabler plays it. He does, and Henderson retreats back 2 out. So an out for now McGuire, who's sitting on a 6-game hitting streak. Mark is 0 for 2. He is struck out. 2 out, top the 6th, 5-1 Royals. Leibrandt deals. McGuire, that's a base hit into right center. So his hitting streak goes to 7. Henderson might score here. He will. All the way from first. McGuire digging for 3. The throw from Wilson is not in time. And for McGuire, that's his 4th triple of the year. So now it's 5-2. So Canseco and McGuire have driven in runs, but they still trail by 3. Here's Steinbach, who's 0 for 2 with the K. McGuire getting some vitamin B12 Slim Fast out there at 3rd. Leibrandt's pitch to Steinbach, ground ball to Brett, and that'll do it. They get a run on 2 hits. They'll left on their 3rd runner, and after 5.5, Kansas City 5, Oakland 2. So Bo, Pacoda, and Owen. Pacoda and Owen, by the way, are 3 for 4 in this game combined. Bo is 0 for 2. Davis's pitch popped up left side. Weiss in the shallow left. 1 out. Reds and Dodgers to follow. Pacoda 1 for 2. Bill singled, struck out, and scored. Not necessarily in that order. That is into right center for extra bases. Pacoda has 2. He's not going to stop there. Canseco to Weiss to Lansford. Pacoda slides. That's his 2nd triple of the year. And the Royals just aren't giving anything up. So Larry Owen, who in real life only had 3 RBI, he has 12 on the replay. He has singled twice and scored in this one. And if he hits it anywhere on the right side, it's a 4-run game again. Davis, not a strikeout artist. delivers. Ground ball left side, Lansford. Pacoda was off on contact. The play is to first. Owen pretty much doesn't, takes the easy out. Pacoda will score, and the Royals again establish a 4-run lead. It's 6-2 Kansas City. Opening 27 for Davis, 102 pitches, 5 2/3, 9 hits, all 6 runs are earned. A homer. That was Tartable back in the first. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. Here is Willie Wilson. Willie is 1 for 3. He has singled and driven in a run. To Gallego, and that will do. But the Royals answer immediately, if not sooner. 1 run, 1 hit. They don't leave anybody on. And after 6, it's 6-2 Kansas City. So Lee Brandt out to pitch the 7th. Maybe more than that. Lansford, Baylor, and Gallego to face him here in the top of the 7th. Carney's 0 for 2. Pitch to Carnage. Left field, that's going to drop. Wide turn. But Tabler was on top of it, and Carney's content to hold with a single. 5th hit of the ball game for Oakland. Here's Baylor. He's 0 for 2. Right field. Bo, by the seats, has it for the out. Lansford has to go back. Going away. For Gallego, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Big lead now for Lansford. Lee Brandt throws to Brett, and Carney is back. This is the 10th meeting between these two teams, so they will meet for a 3-game set in Oakland before all is said and done. The Royals lead the season series 5-3. And in this series, Kansas City won the opener in 10. That would be Saturday or Thursday, so this is a 4-game set. They won 4-3 in 10, and in the Friday night game, it was the Raiders 14, the Chiefs 11. And Eckersley picking. You look at that number right there, and that's one of the reasons why Oakland is in dire straits. Eckersley only has 14 saves. So Gallego at the plate, he's 0 for 1. Lee Brandt deals. Struck him out. That's 4 for Charlie. A 2-2 fastball swung on and missed. And now I'll bring up Weiss, who's 0 for 2. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Kansas City. They have left on 4. The Athletics, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and they have left on 3. Lansford stays put. Weiss dribbles one down to Brett, and George takes us to the stretch. 6-2 Royals. Rick Honeycutt will come in for Davis when we come back. Rick Honeycutt making his 47th appearance of the year. He's 5-0 with a 3.16 ERA. Against these Royals, 5 appearances, 6 innings, 2 hits, a run it was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4, and is 1-0. His last appearance was 3 days ago against the Rangers in a 10-7 loss. Going an inning and a third, 22 pitches, a hit, and a walk. He can go 25 pitches today. 62 2/3, because I can read. For Rick on the season, 63 hits, 25 runs, 22 earned, 4 homers. He's walked 21 and struck out 37. Seitzer, Brett, and Tabler here in the 7th. Kevin has 2 doubles and a walk today. He's 2 for 2. Drove home a run and scored. Honeycutt starts his effort. Strike 3. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. That was a ball. 1 away for Brett, who is 0 for 3. And Brett draws the walk. So runner on first for Tabler. Pat 1 for 3. He has driven in a run. That single came in the first, which drove in a run. And he now has scored 39 times on the year. Pitch to Tabler. Got him. So 2 out. Honeycutt with an 0-2 curve. Caught the inside corner 2 away. And here is Tartable, whose homer in the first pretty much set the table for how this one might go. Popped up, left side, Lansford. Is he going to have a play? No. And somebody from Wichita, maybe it was a lineman, didn't say what kind of lineman, made the catch. 0-2 the count, the Tartable. Honeycutt rears back. In the right, Canseco down the line. Yes, sir. Makes the catch, and we've played 7. So the Royals are now left on 5. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And after 7, it's the Royals 6, the A's 2. So Lee Brandt will face Javier Henderson and Canseco. Stan is 1 for 3 with a single. 27 batters deep for Charlie, 106 pitches, 7 innings, 5 hits. The home run was Canseco's. He walked 1 and struck out 4. And Glenn Hubbard? You really want a pinch hit here? Okay. Well, the computer says that was the right move. As a pinch hitter, Glenn at .412 with a solo homer. Overall, Hubbard at .261, 3 homers and 27 RBI. Lee Brandt starts the 8th. Base hit left field. That worked. I got outsmarted by Tony La Russa. Won't be the first, or wasn't the first, it won't be the last. Here's Dave Henderson. Dave 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and scored. Pitch from Lee Brandt. Henderson rips this one in the left. Tabler will pick it up. Is Hubbard going to try for third? Tabler's arm isn't all that great. And, yep. He flings one to Seitzer, and that is not in time. So first and third, nobody out. And that'll do it for Charlie. Don't put yourself in a position where you could mess up. So I got 3 choices here. We'll start with Flash Gordon. Tom, making, I would imagine that this is his major league debut. This is Action PC Baseball 24. So Gordon, whose kid played a long time for the Marlins, is just a baby at 21. He's a curveball pitcher in 88, fastball at 93, and a ground ball pitcher. He has an ERA of 5.17 in real life. He is 0-2 on real life. 15 2/3, 16 hits, a home run. He walked 7 and struck out 18. First and third. And Canseco is licking his chops. No, I'm controlling the Royals. So Gordon, good luck. If this is his major league debut, it's against Jose Canseco. Saying novena here for Tom. Runners on the corners. Canseco draws the walk. That might be a blessing in disguise. There's his, however, nobody out. Now McGuire is a tying run. He is 1 for 3. And that one hit was a triple. He has an RBI and a strikeout. So the bases are loaded. Nobody out. And Tom Gordon has been left to the Wolves here on a gorgeous night in Kansas City. He winds and fires. Struck him out. That's big. They got the big power hitter on a 2-2 fastball swinging. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Here's Steinbach. Terry is 0 for 3 with a K. So 1 out, top of the 8th. Again, now Terry, in his 6 home runs, 2 of them are grand slams. So Gordon can't let down his guard, but getting McGuire is huge. And he walks home a run, so Hubbard will score. Steinbach goes to first. A 3-1 curve was inside. Gordon, in real life, walked 7 and struck out 18. And here is the ever-dangerous Carney Lansford, who was 1 for 3. Steinbach is on first. He's a tying run. And he walks home Henderson. It's now 6-4 for Baylor. So the A's have scored 2. They have worked their way back into it. Gordon flush with nerves. Baylor 0 for 3. And they're going to pinch hit. They're going to go with Louis Polonia. And the advantage Gordon. Remember, you can't pinch hit for the DH, so it's not a pinch hit appearance. Polonia at 273, a home run and 15 RBI. So Gordon, tying run on second. Go-ahead run is Lansford. And remember, Carney has Jets. Pitch to Polonia. To White. Are they going to get out of this? They're going to try. Pacoda for 1. Polonia is going to reach at 6-5, but there's 2 out. Canseco scores. Steinbach on third. And here's Gallego. Mike 0 for 2. A walk in a strikeout. And now they'll go to Montgomery. So Gordon is done. Montgomery is 3-3 on this replay, a 4.99 ERA. His 29th appearance, 26 years old, fastball at 93, and a triple fly ball pitcher. Technically, it doesn't count as a pinch hit appearance. So in the stats, John, he's a DH. He just comes in as a DH. You can pinch hit for the DH, and you're absolutely right. As long as he doesn't go in the field, he's fine. Montgomery last pitch last night in that 14-11 loss to Oakland. Inning in a third, no decision, 29 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 39 2/3. Yeah, no, you can always pinch hit for anybody. It just doesn't count in the game as a pinch hit appearance. 39 2/3 for Jeff, 39 hits, 29 runs, 22 earned, 5 homers, 22 walks, and 30 strikeouts. On the game itself, it'll pop up whatever the pinch hitting numbers are, which is why I always click on the player. But because it's the DH, he is the extra hitter anyway. Gallego is 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Oakland's got 3 here in the 8th. 6-5 ball game. Montgomery still with runners on the corners. Struck him out, and the Royals hang on here. A 2-2 fastball, and it's over. 3 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a pretty big ball game now. Oakland has cut the lead to 6-5, and here comes G. Nelson. Nelson is 3-7 with a 3.46 ERA. For a while, the computer was using him as a closer. He has 12 saves. 28 years old, fastball at 89, and a ground ball pitcher. I'm not sure if that's what the rule is on that. It's what the game does, and I would assume that that's the scoring rule. Nelson did not pitch yesterday. He hasn't pitched since the 7th. In a 10-7 loss to Texas. And my goodness, did he get Christmas treed. 3 innings, 71 pitches, 5 hits, all 7 runs were earned, a home run. He walked 3 and struck out 3. So Nelson, 112 innings, 95 hits, 48 runs, 43 earned, 8 homers, 47 walks, and 69 strikeouts. It'll be White, Bowe, and Pacoda to face Nelson here in the 8th. Frank is 0 for 3 with a K. Pitch to Frank. Into right center. Henderson moving over will make the catch. Tony Phillips has taken the position in left. He'll lead off. Actually, he'll bat second in the 9th. And he has a 2. I believe I saw a 5 and a 2. And Polonia stays in the game as the DH. Bo Jackson is 0 for 3. He has not struck out. Won't either. Nelson, first base side of the rubber, throws to McGuire, 2 away. Phillips is a 5 and a 2 out there and left. So here's Bill Pacoda, who's had himself a whale of a game. He has singled and doubled. Has scored twice and struck out. He's 2 for 3. Reds and Dodgers from L.A. to follow. Pitch to Pacoda. Ball 4. So now you got Court, you got Ancient Ed Hearn, and Ray Palacios as catchers. So I got catching options here. Who can hit a righty? And the answer, Brad Wellman. So the Royals want some insurance. As a pinch hitter, Brad at 122, a homer and 4 RBI. Overall, 240, 2 homers and 13 RBI. 2 out. Nelson trying to hold on here to keep it a 1-run game. And he throws to first, and Pacoda wasn't going anywhere. 2 out. Wellman in the left. Phillips gets a test who will make the catch, and we go to the 9th. The Royals will leave a runner on. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th. 6-5, Kansas City. So Jamie Quirk will bat 9th. He's a 7 and a 5 behind the plate. Montgomery, who only has 1 save on the replay and in real life, will start the inning. It'll be Weiss, Tony Phillips, and Dave Henderson for Oakland in the 9th. Oakland 1 to tie, 2 to go ahead. And Weiss is 0 for 3. Well, remember, it's a case of the designated hitter doesn't field. So it's just I think it's just a scoring rule. Speaking of my previous comment about X save numbers, curious how many save opportunities. I think I've only seen Strat handle saves properly. Even Digital Diamond does it. He has only tried 14 to 15. The game in the first half of the year didn't have him as a closer. I had to change that. They've gone with a committee, but it really hasn't been a problem. And if you look at his July and August numbers, they weren't good. Yeah, kind of hard to tweak that. I don't think that's the reason why Oakland is out of it or close to out of it. Their pitching overall hadn't been that great. Weiss is 0 for 3 as we start the 9th. Fly ball to right. Here's Bowe. 1 out. For Tony Phillips. Tony at 221. 5 triples, 2 homers, and 21 RBI. See if they pinch hit for Tony here with September benches. And Doug Jennings will do the honors. Jennings is a pinch hitter, hitting 154 with 3 RBI. Overall at 230 with a homer and 5 RBI. Nobody on, 1 out. here in the ninth. Game 1 of 2. Jennings into right field. Bo says second verse. Same as the first, and it's last chance saloon time. So the Royals are 1 out away from making the A's 10 out of first. Henderson is 2 for 4. Davis singled twice, scored twice, and struck out. And Montgomery 1 out away from a save, his second of the year. Henderson strikes out, and the Royals win it. So 6-5 in the opener, 3 hours and 19 fake minutes. And again, it is the pitching of the A's. It just isn't good. 6 runs, 9 hits, no runs for Kansas City. They remain 2 behind Minnesota at 87 and 55, and they left on 6. The A's fall to 79 and 64, 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors, and they left on 6. So Storm Davis falls to 14 and 11, 6 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned. A homer. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Charlie Leibrandt, the wily veteran, 13 and 11, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. The homer to Canseco, he walked 1 and struck out 4. Tom Gordon in his major league debut, he'd like to forget it. 2/3 of an inning, 3 walks, a strikeout and a run. And Montgomery with a 4-out save, he retired all 4 that he faced. John says, I find CPU Game's designated reliever is the long man because he pitches a lot of innings or has multiple 1-inning outings. Yeah, I think I had it so he couldn't. I had to change the settings for rec. Now the Cook's games are pretty good about that, Adam. All right, the rest of this Saturday before we set up for game number 2 here. So you see Oakland 10 back of Minnesota and Kansas City a game and a half back. So the rest of this day in baseball, the Yankees double up the Tigers 10-5. Mahorchik 2-0. Jack Morris pitches to the score. He falls to 13 and 15. Come on now, go back. Thank you. Chad Clark hits his 22nd, 2 for 5, and drives in 2. Yesterday, the Red Sox beat the Indians 7-4. Roger Clemens struck out 10 over 7 2/3. Ellis Burks with 2 RBI went 3 for 5. Cardinals beat the Cubs 2-1 in St. Louis. Scott Terry 10-4. Rick Sutcliffe falls to 10 and 14 or 12 and 14. Worrell picks up his 25th save. Texas beats California 6-4. Paul Kilgus 9 and 12. Kurt Fraser 9 and 12. Dante Bichette 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. Giants beat the Astros 5-1. Scotty Gurrell 7-11. Bob Force falls to 0-2. Will Clark 2 for 4 with a triple. Toronto keeps pace with the Red Sox. They're now 1.5 back, 2 up on Detroit. They beat Baltimore 4-3. Musselman 5-1. Ballard 6-13. Fred McGriff hits 2 homers, 2 for 4. Drives in for Pirates beat the Phillies 6-2. Dave LaPointe from Glens Falls, New York 1-1. Shane Rawley 6-12, not from Glens Falls, New York. Barry Bonds 2 for 3, hits his 22nd on the year. Montreal stays alive. They beat the Mets 5-4 in Montreal. John Dobson 8-6. David Cohn 12-7. Hubie Brooks, former New York Met, 2 for 4, hits his 18th. Teddy Higuera shuts out the Mariners 2-0, strikes out 7, walks 2. He goes to 16-8. Eric Hansen goes to 1-1. Bop. Ray Quinones 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. As we said in the open, the Twins beat the White Sox 6-1. Frank Viola, an 18-game winner. Melito Perez falls to 7-16. Kirby Puckett 3 for 5 with a double. We said yesterday the Dodgers beat the Reds 9-3. And last but not least, the Padres beat the Braves 8-4. So we move to Sunday here. Let's get some of these other ones out of the way. In the American League East, Toronto beats Baltimore 6-3. Mike Flanagan gets the win. Schmidt takes the loss. The Yankees beat the Tigers. So the Yankees are now 9 back. The Tigers are 4 back. Neil Allen, of all people, beats Will Alexander. Pagliarulo hits his 14th of the year. Boston and Cleveland. Cleveland beats Boston, so the Jays are half a game back. Tom Candiotti, 11-12. Wes Gardner falls at 9-5. Dwight Evans in the loss, 3 for 4, hits his 24th, and drives in 4. In an American League West race between Welch and Gubiza, Kansas City beats Oakland again. Oakland is 10.5 back. Gubiza gets his 19th win. He's 19-7. Welch falls to 12-11. Danny Tarnable with the big weekend. He drove in 4, goes 3 for 4. Now, what will Blyleven do against Chicago? Chicago beats Minnesota, so Kansas City a half game back, only because the Twins have a game in hand. Sean Hilligus gets the win, his first. Blyleven 12-11. Doesn't really help out Oakland here. And so that is a setup for our next game. Tom Browning, Tim Belcher. Let's play some baseball, shall we? Tim Belcher versus Tom Browning, and we'll have it for you right after this. I entertain Gardner by showing a commercial. That's the way to do it, right? So, big one for the Dodgers. We know now that the American League East race is a half game between Boston and Toronto. The Red Sox lose, the Jays win, and the Yankees beat the Tigers. In the West, on this Sunday, the Royals beat the A's again, but Bert Blyleven couldn't beat the White Sox. So it's a half game in the West, it's a half game in the East, and we're focused right now on the Dodgers and the Reds. Belcher making his 23rd start. He's 11-8 with a 2.83 ERA. 27 years old, fastball at 91, and a ground ball pitcher. Third start against the Reds, 16 innings, 11 hits. 4 runs, 3 earned, walked 3, and struck out 12. 1-1 with a 1.69 ERA. The Braves of all teams beat him on September 6th, 2-1. 8 innings, 104 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. So for Belcher, 165 and a third innings, 120 hits, 57 runs, 52 earned, 11 homers. He's walked 47 and struck out 136. The Reds lineup, Barry Larkin at short will lead off. Chris Sabo at third will bat second. Keeping the home fires burning, Cal Daniels in left goes third. Eric Davis in right will clean up. Paul O'Neill will bat fifth and play first. Herm Whittingham in center goes sixth. Jeff Reed behind the plate seventh. Ron Oster at second will go eighth. Tom Browning, who in real life next weekend will throw a perfect game, will bat ninth, and Belcher, he'll get you 7 on a good day. The Dodgers line up like this. Kirk Gibson a 5 and a 3 in left. John Shelby a 5 and a 5 in center. Mickey Hatcher a 5 and a 9 in right. Jeff Hamilton a 4 at third. Dave Anderson an 8 at short. Steve Sachs a 4 at second. Tracy Woodson a 3 at first. Rick Dempsey a 5 and a 5 behind the plate. And Belcher a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. How you doing, Jamie? So we're all in cozy in here at 12:38 Eastern Time for Game 2 of this doubleheader. It is a rainy day in Los Angeles, but it never rains in Southern California. Girl, let me warn you, when it pours, man, it pours. Barry Larkin at 277, 11 homers and 56 RBI. Belcher starts with a ground ball left side, base hit. Red Win will make it 4.5. Here's Sabo at 254, 6 homers and 61 RBI. This is game 141 for the Dodgers and 142 for the Reds. Belcher throws to Woodson, and Larkin is back. Now they'll pitch out. There goes Berry. Dempsey throws down to Sachs, and Berry is in there with his 40th steal. Brushes off the mud, and a 1-ball count. Pitch to Sabo. Ground ball right side. Hatcher has a good arm, and Larkin has speed to burn, and they'll hold him with a single. So runners on the corners, nobody out for Cal Daniels, hitting .298, 20 homers, and 73 RBI. Yeah, Hatcher's a 9-arm. Although, I clicked on Kirk Gibson. He's a 9-arm. Played 21 games out there, and he started 13. He's not a good first baseman. He's a 5 and left, a 7 at first, and he actually played third. Pitch to Daniels. There goes Sabo. Dempsey throws down to Anderson. Did they actually cut that off? And Sabo has his 49th steal of the year. So runner on second, a 1-strike count, and nobody out. And the Reds have runners on second. Oh, that's why, because there was a runner on third. So second and third. Daniels down the line and left, and it's 2-0 Cincinnati. Larkin will... No, Sabo doesn't go. I guess it wasn't hit that deep. Gibson does not have a great arm, and Sabo has good speed. But you know what happens when you assume. So runners on the corners and nobody out for Eric Davis, and the Dodgers 3 on already for the Reds. And there's nobody out here in the first. Davis at .294, 29 homers, and 100 RBI. Up the middle for a base hit. Sabo is going to score. Now it's 2-0 Reds. This is the worst case scenario for the Dodgers here. Here is Paul O'Neill. He's at .269, 17 homers and 75 RBI. The Goats are late. Belcher, 12 and 6 with 4 saves in real life. Pitch to O'Neill. Drops one down. They go to Sachs covering first. O'Neill is out. So a sacrifice for Herm Winningham. Hitting .342 since coming over from Montreal. And 12 RBI. Second and third, and a single will make it a 4-run game before the Dodgers can bat. Pitch to Winningham. Struck him out. Belcher got him to chase a 2-2 fastball. So 2 out for Jeff Reed, hitting .241 since he came over from Montreal with 6 RBI. But the Reds get the dream start. Their speed gets 2 runs on the board. Pitch to Jeff. Up the middle, Anderson on the grass has to hurry over to Woodson, and that will take care of business. However, the Reds get 2 runs on 4 hits. Were you not entertained, Dave? They'll strand 2, and after half an inning, it's the Reds 2. Here come the Dodgers. Here comes Tom Browning making his 32nd start of the year. He is 18 and 8 with a .301 ERA. Tom is 28 years old. He is an extreme fly ball pitcher, which will not hurt him here at Dodger Stadium. He is a mid fastball at 85 coming in. This is his 32nd start. He is third in the National League in wins. Against these Dodgers, 3 prior starts, 23 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned. He has walked 7, struck out 10, 1-1 against LA with a .274 ERA. He is on a regular rest. He last pitched on the 6th. Be getting the right position here. In a 2-1 loss, he did not have a decision. He went 7, 104 pitches 4 hits, and earned Ronnie walked 2 and struck out 3. So overall for Tom, 230 innings, 179 hits, 89 runs, 77 earned, 27 home runs. That's a lot. 54 walks and 119 strikeouts. He beat the Dodgers on August 11th, going 8, fanning 4 on a 4-hitter. The Dodgers, who already trail, send up this lineup. Dave Anderson leads off at short. Steve Sachs will bat second and play second. Kirk Gibson in left will go third. Mickey Hatcher is the cleanup hitter. Poor Gus is scratching his head at that. He'll play right. John Shelby in center will bat fifth. Jeff Hamilton at third goes sixth. Tracy Woodson at first will bat seventh. Vic Dempsey behind the plate eighth. Belcher on the mound will bat ninth, and Browning can go the distance on the mound. For the Reds, Cal Daniels a 4 and a 6 in left. Winningham a 6 and a 1, a Ramanoodle arm in center. Eric Davis doesn't have much of an arm in right. He's a 5 and a 2. Chris Sabo is 7 at third. Larkin is 7 at short. Ron Oster, the toaster, is a 6 at second. O'Neill a 3 at first. Reed is 7 and a 4 behind the plate. And Browning is 7 on the mound with a .927 fielding percentage and a 2-run cushion. Anderson at .244, a homer and 21 RBI. I think Lasorda must be in some sort of pasta coma if Hatcher is hitting fourth. We have secretly replaced the Slim Fast in Tommy's can with bourbon. Let's see if he notices. Pitch to Anderson. Into center field. The crowd likes it. So does Winningham. 1 out. Again, 80 degrees. The wind's blowing from left to right off the ocean at 10, and there is a light rain. Sachs at .286, 6 homers and 38 RBI. He has 44 steals. Base hit left center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Winningham throws it into second, but Sachs beats the throw, and that's Steve's 19th double of the year. So here's Gibson. Kirk at .269, 25 homers, and 84 RBI. Browning deals. Gibson into right, and that's a hit. Davis will pick it up. Sachs has the motor running around third and will score without a throw, and the Dodgers cut the lead to 1. So here's Mickey Hatcher. He's on a 7-game hitting streak, hitting .318, a home run, and 27 RBI. Left field, Daniels, 1 out, or 2 out. Gibson goes back to first. For John Shelby at .267, 6 homers and 41 RBI. It's a shame that these fierce rivals just kind of petered out after this. I mean, the Reds and the Dodgers for a long time was must-see TV. Throw to first, and Gibson is back. Gibby has stolen 32 on the replay. Browning works to Shelby. In the left, Daniels, and that'll do. Dodgers get 1 back on 2 hits. They leave on Kirk Gibson, and after 1, it's 2-1 Reds. So it'll be Oster, Browning, and Larkin to face Belcher here in the second. We're with you. I honestly, goodness, think that we're with you Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. Both of the American League divisions are within 1/2 game. Pitch to Oster. Ron rips this one into left center for a base hit. So the 5th hit for the Reds. Browning at 130. No, it's 12:49, Tom. No homers and 3 RBI. Woodson and Hamilton play for the bunt. Browning delivers. Belcher throws to Sachs, and Browning just kind of stopped. Oster moves to second, 1 out. So the opening 9 for Belcher, 26 pitches, an inning and a third, 5 hits. Both the runs are earned in the strikeout. Larkin singled, scored, and stole his 40th. Pitch to Barry. Ground ball to first. Woodson has it over to Belcher. Larkin is retired. Oster moves to third. And there's 2 out for Sabo. Chris singled, stole a base, and scored his first time up. So Belcher settling in, trying to keep this a 1-run ball game. Pitch to Sabo. That's into right center. Shelby is there. He'll motor down and make the great sliding catch on the grass, and that'll take care of business. The Reds will leave on a runner. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second here at Chavez Ravine, 2-1 Cincinnati. So Hamilton, Woodson, and Dempsey to face Browning here in the second. Jeff at 214, 10 homers, and 30 RBI. You guys got an idea for Dave and I to talk about for a show? Pitch to Hamilton, fly ball to right, Davis into foul territory, and gets it by the sidewall. The San Pedro Seas did not part, but Davis reached in and made the catch anyway. 1 out for Woodson, hitting .266, 2 homers, 3 triples, and 21 RBI. Pitch to Tracy, fly ball left center. Back goes Winningham, and Herm is there, 2 out. For Rick Dempsey, hitting .289, 3 homers, and 14 RBI. I'm not going to be able to remember this verbatim. And my baseball producers, aren't at least on the chat right now. But there is a chance, because Dempsey was the primary catcher in Baltimore for a number of years, and here with the Dodgers, that Dempsey caught an inordinate amount of 20-game winners. His numbers are not Hall of Fame worthy at all. And, of course, he's best known as being the human rain delay. But kind of like Yogi Berra, who never got the credit for being such a good overall mind, because if you see a fork in the road, take it. Dempsey is incredibly underrated. Pitch from Browning. That's a base hit into left. He's going for 2. The throw to Oster, and that's a double. Wow. Sometimes it works for the announcer. He could have struck out on 3 pitches after that. He doubles. So he's a tying run for Belcher, hitting .061. Ugh. A home run and 4 RBI. I thought I said San Pedro. No, I guess I didn't. DJ John says it's San Pedro. And he's right, of course. All right, we'll have to check the Discord for that suggestion. Pitch to Belcher. That's lined into left center. Winningham will make the catch, and that'll do it. So the Dempsey double, he's left on second. No runs, no errors. We go to third, 2-1 Reds. So Daniels, Davis, and O'Neill to face Belcher on a rainy afternoon in Los Angeles. Cal singled home a run in the first. He's going to single again. That's in front of Hatcher and Wright. And for the Reds, that's their 6th hit. Daniels a threat to steal. Eric Davis, RBI single in the first. To Hamilton, this might be 2. Sacks for 1, and Davis turns on the afterburners and beats out the throw. So 1 out for Paul O'Neill, who, believe it or not, bunted his first time up. Throw to first, and Davis is back. They'll pitch out. Davis stays put. A ball outside, 1-0. Reds 2, Dodgers 1. The margin is Cincinnati by 3.5. Pitch to O'Neill. This might be 2. Anderson in on the wet grass. He's going to get nobody. O'Neill beats it out. Anderson kind of was frozen out there in no man's land. I think he was waiting for the hop. And remember, it is raining here in L.A., and I think it just kind of took a funny bounce on him. And there's 2 on, 1 out for Herm Winningham, who struck out his first time up. DJ John, a proud graduate of San Pedro High. Gary Maddox, Alan Ashby, both played there. And Bobby Brady of the Brady Bunch spent a couple of years there. Here's a story of a man named Brady. Pitch to Winningham. Struck him out. 2 for Belcher now. A 1-2 changeup inside. So here's Jeff Reed. He's 0 for 1. Belcher has pitched in and out of trouble the entire ballgame. Popped up. Dempsey doffs the mask into foul territory and will make the catch to retire the side. Reds get 2 hits. They leave on 2, and after 2.5, it's 2-1 Reds. How about, John asks, if there's such a thing as post-project blues? After you finish the project, you know you want to start another one, but you're not sure what to do, so you don't play anything. That's interesting. Let's see what Dave thinks about that. Anderson is 0 for 1. Opening 9 for Browning, 22 pitches, 2 innings, 3 hits and a run. That was earned. Right field, Davis, and he got it. Again, the San Pedro wall didn't hold him back. If this was later, we'd be singing Eric Davis would be backing down there, Tom Petty, but I don't think that was out by 88. Steve Sachs has a double. A run scored, the lone Dodger run in the first. Browning winds and fires. Base hit left field. Daniels will throw back in, and Sachs has his second hit of the ballgame. For Kirk Gibson, who had the RBI, he singled his first time up. Post-project blues is not a thing. Sachs is back. Not going to seal now. Pitch to Gibby. Up the middle, base hit. Winningham will wait for it. Gibson's digging for 2. And if the Dodgers can make up this deficit, Kirk Gibson is going to do this one-handed. So 2 on, 1 out for Hatcher. And again, you got to wonder why Tommy has him hitting cleanup. He's 0 for 1 today. So Sachs on third, Gibson on second, and Kirk the go-ahead run here in the third. Browning deals, and Hatcher drops this one in front of Davis and right. Sachs will tie the ball game, and Gibson gives the Dodgers a 3-2 lead. And it's Gus who is drinking out of the bourbon bottle. And for the moment, Tommy Lasorda looks like a genius. So 1 out for Shelby, who's 0 for 1. Oh, it is a real thing. See, there's a heart symbol on the bottom right-hand side of my chat screen. I'm sure you have it too, watching on YouTube. And it blocks partial paragraphs because it's huge. You're not supposed to be loving your own stuff. Pitch to Shelby. Struck him out. First for Browning. An 0-2 changeup swung on and missed. 2 out. Hamilton's 0 for 1. Coca-Cola's the real thing too, John. Pitch to Hamilton. There's a base hit right center. Davis will pick it up. Hatcher better not be trying for third. Davis does not have a good arm. Hatcher goes to third. Oh, Mr. Rose is going to say a few words. Mickey needs the oxygen tank. 2 out. Runners on the corners for Tracy Woodson, who's 0 for 1. Struck him out. However, Mickey Hatcher's 2-run single. Part of a 4-hit barrage on Tom Browning, and after 3, it's the Dodgers 3, the Reds 2. So Oster, Browning, and Larkin to face Belcher here in the 4th. Ground ball to third. Hamilton to Woodson. 1 out. I hope Adam is still watching. Browning bunted his first time up. Dodgers up 3-2. Didn't Hatcher kill left-handers? He certainly has hurt Browning today. No. He killed right-handers. He had 388 against right-handers. The book may have been he killed lefties. But if you look at the real-life numbers and the replay numbers, he hit them like Pac-Man, the righties. 1 out, pitch to Browning. Ground ball to Sachs, always an adventure, over to Woodson for the out. So 2 out for Larkin, 1 for 2. Barry has stolen a base, scored in the first. 18 batters deep for Belcher, 54 pitches, 3 2/3, 7 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Both the runs are earned. To short, Anderson has it over to Woodson, and that will take care of business. So the Reds go quietly here in the 4th, and after 3.5, Dodgers 3, Reds 2. So, again, we finally get standings that don't have anything in there. All right, so this is with the games that have been played today in the American League that affect the playoffs. The National League we haven't touched, I don't think. Mets 11 up on Pittsburgh. Their magic number is 10. In the West, this is the big one. The Reds up 3.5 on the Dodgers. Dodgers lead 3-2 here in the middle of the 4th. In the American League, the Red Sox, they have a game in hand against the Jays, and the lead is half a game. The Tigers did not have a good weekend in New York. And the Yankees still not out of it at 8.5, but they're going to need a lot of help. The Twins lose. The Royals beat the A's. The A's are on life support. Minnesota and Kansas City look like they're going to battle the rest of the way to see who goes to the playoffs. Rick Dempsey doubled his first time up. Walked. Ball 4. Full count fastball missed low and in. Belcher is 0 for 1. Do we steal Dempsey here? Why not? Browning goes to the plate. Reed throws down to Oster, and Dempsey has his second steal of the year. You know what? I think I did his other steal, too. Rick Dempsey is going to send me a cease and desist letter, I think, after this. Belcher with a 1-ball count. Now we'll put down. Dempsey on second. Belcher squares. Reed throws to Oster. Ron's had a busy inning. Dempsey goes to third. And there's 1 out for Dave Anderson, who's 0 for 2. Tom Browning, 18 batters, 57 pitches, 3 1/3, 7 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Thanks for hanging with us on a Thursday afternoon. A split day doubleheader. We haven't done that in a while. Dempsey on third. Anderson draws the walk. So Browning needs to take the foil off the turkey if he's going to continue to be Brown here. Here's Sachs. Steve is single, doubled, scored twice. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Dodgers 3, Reds 2, bottom of the 4th. Pitch to Sachs. Larkin, this should be 2. Dempsey scampers home. Oster for 1, and Sachs is going to reach as Anderson knocked down Oster. So it's now 4-2 with 2 out for Kirk Gibson, who is 2 for 2. He has singled, doubled, driven in his 85th run, and scored. His career average was 20 points higher versus lefties. We're talking about Mitchie. There you go, Ron. Mickey Hatcher, who's on deck. So there's the sort of logic. It worked. He's got 2 RBIs in this one. Throw to first, and Sachs is back. Pitch to Gibson. Got him. So 1-2 fastball swung on and missed, and that'll do it. Dodgers get a run, no hits, no errors. And after 4, it's Tommy Lasorda 4, Pete Rose 2. So Sabo, Daniels, and Davis to face Belcher here in the 5th. Sabo 1 for 2, a single, a stolen base, and he scored in the 1st. Belcher starts the 5th, high fly ball to right, Hatcher in the corner, and the seas part for Mickey to reach in to make the catch. And the San Pedro chorus goes, "Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow our minds." Hey, Mickey. Here's Cal Daniels. Daniels has singled twice. He's 2 for 2. Into right center, Shelby, 2 out. I remember that Hatcher owned Oakland pitching in that World Series. I mean, everybody remembers what Kirk Gibson did in Game 1. But Mickey Hatcher was a champion spark plug for the Dodgers in that World Series. Eric Davis is 1 for 2. He has singled and driven in a run. Struck him out. So halfway home on a beautiful day in Burlington, Dodgers 4, Reds 2. We'll be back. Well, if you joined us late, it's a split day doubleheader. We'll go through it all at the end, trust me. In this one, the Dodgers trying to get to 2.5 behind the Reds. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Reds. Cincinnati got to Tim Belcher in the 1st. Cal Daniels with an RBI single to score Barry Larkin to make it 1-0. And then Eric Davis scored Chris Sabo on a single to make it 2-0. Since then, it's all Dodgers all the time. Kirk Gibson an RBI single in the 1st to make it a 2-1 ball game. Steve Sax scored. Don't say that 5 times fast. And Mickey Hatcher, a 2-run single in the 3rd, gave the Dodgers the lead 3-2. And then a fielder's choice by Sax in the 4th made it 4-2. So Browning and Belcher not testing the waters here to visit with Cy Young. Browning a 7-hitter through 4. All 4 runs are earned. Belcher a 7-hitter through 5. Both of the Red runs are earned. Mickey Hatcher, a 2-run single was last time up. 1 for 2 today. Browning starts the 5th. Fly ball to left. The crowd likes it. Back goes Daniels, and that is foul. Mickey Hatcher was halfway down the line at first, and it hooked foul just at the last second. He hooked that into the wind. It's still raining here in L.A., and the wind off the Santa Monica Pier to right at 9. The 0-2 to Mickey. Line drive to Larkin, 1 out. Brings up John Shelby, 0 for 2 with a K. Browning reaches into his bag, delivers, popped up, Larkin. A rainmaker on this rainy day in L.A., 2 out. For Hamilton, who's 1 for 2. Oh, John, glad you had it. Glad you were here. We're with you, I think, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at lunch. Or breakfast for you. Hamilton up the middle, that's a base hit. So for the Dodgers, that's hit number 8. Tracy Woodson is 0 for 2 with a K. And Reed and Browning have a word. Deep breath from Tom, delivers. Struck him out, that's 4 for Browning, and that'll do it. An 0-2 fastball swung on and missed. No runs. A hit the Dodgers have left on 6. And after 5, it's 4-2 L.A. So O'Neill sacrificed and singled. He's 1 for 1. Whittingham and Reed to follow. Belcher starts the 6th. Ground ball to Anderson. Dave Some diamond dust thrown out there. Throws to first, 1 out for Winningham, who has struck out twice. And no, it's not real diamond dust. I imagine it's just kitty litter, right? Winningham 0 for 2. Bounds 1 to Sachs. Throws to first. 2 out for Jeff Reed, who's 0 for 2. Struck him out. So Belcher has 4, and the Reds go in order in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5.5 here at Dodger Stadium, LA 4, the Reds 2. So Dempsey, Belcher, and Anderson here in the 6th. Rick doubled, stole a base, walked, and scored. Browning starts the 6th, struck him out. That's 5 for Tom. 2-2 fastball swung on and missed. Belcher will hit here. He is 0 for 1. Also has a bunt under his belt. Into center, Winningham, 2 out for Dave Anderson, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Browning deals. Fly ball to right, Davis, and that will be caught. We've played 6. Busy corner down there. Dodgers are going to need to let their fans know to not make those such an easy catch. After 6, no runs, no hits, no errors. Dodgers 4, Reds 2. So Oster, maybe Browning, and Larkin to face Belcher here in the 7th. Ron 1 for 2 with a single. Up the middle, Sachs snares it, over to first, 1 out. Browning is 0 for 1 if he stays in the game. He's on the wrong end of a 4-2 score with 1 out here in the 7th. And it will be Ken Griffey Sr. at the plate. Griffey as a pinch hitter at .375 and 2 RBI. Overall, since coming over from the Braves, .407 with 4 RBI. Slow ground ball to first. Woodson to Belcher, 2 out. For Larkin, who's 1 for 3, Barry singled, stole a base, and scored in the 1st. One of the 2 red runs. Belcher, 27 batters, 93 pitches, 6 2/3. Both the runs are earned. 7 hits, and he has struck out 4. Into left center, Shelby over, and that will take care of business. Stretch time, 4-2 Dodgers. Janet Jackson's favorite player is now in for the Reds. Tom Browning day is done. Rob Dibble, the nasty boy himself on the mound. 37th appearance. He is 5-1 on the replay with a 3.43 ERA. He pitched in Saturday's game against the Dodgers. Did not draw a decision in a 9-3 Dodger win. 2/3 of an inning and 9 pitches. 42 innings for Rob, 38 hits, 19 runs, 16 earned. The homer came against the Braves on August 14th. He has walked 23 and struck out 36. So Sachs, Gibson, and Hatcher here in the 7th for the Dodgers. They lead 4-2. Steve has a double, a single. He has scored twice and driven in a run. Dibble starts his effort with a ground ball to Larkin. Barry the long throw, 1 out. It is still raining, and keep that in mind now as Belcher's pitch count meanders near 100, and the Reds have gone to their pen. So any rain delay at this point would probably doom both the pitchers from this game. Kirk Gibson is 2 for 3. He has singled, doubled, driven in a run, scored, and struck out. Dibble winds and fires, and that is laced into center field in front of Winningham for a single. So Gibby has himself a 3-hit day. He now has 139 on the year. For Mickey Hatcher, who does pretty well against right-handers, he's 1 for 3 in this one with 2 RBI. Dibble throws to first, and Gibson is back. Hit and run is on. Hatcher swings, ground ball to third. Gibson moves to second. O'Neill on the bag, and Mickey is retired. 2 out for John Shelby, who's 0 for 3 with a K. 9 hits now for the Dodgers. Reds have 7. Struck him out. So Dibble gets out of that one. An 0-2 fastball got him looking, and that'll do. No runs. Gibson left on second after his single. And after 7, it's 4-2 L.A. So Belcher will start the inning. He is due up 4th in the 8th. Heart of the Breads lineup, Sabo, Daniels, and Davis to face Belcher here in the 8th. Chris 1 for 3. A single, a run scored, and a stolen base. Pitch to Sabo. Ground ball to Woodson. Tracy gobbles it up, takes it to the bag, 1 out. For Cal Daniels, who has singled twice today, he's 2 for 3. Ground ball to Sachs, over to Woodson, 2 out. So Belcher taking care of business here. And if he doesn't bat, we'll at least have him start tonight. Here's Eric Davis. Eric is 1 for 3. He has singled, drove home a run in the first, his 101st of the year, and struck out. 2 out, Belcher deals, popped up, left side. Hamilton and Anderson converge. Jeff calls for it. He's got it, and that'll do. The Reds go quietly in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after 7.5 here on a rainy day in L.A., it's the Dodgers 4, the Reds 2. So Hamilton, Woodson, and Dempsey to face Dibble here, at least to start the 8th inning. Hamilton is 2 for 3. Jeff has singled twice. Ground ball to Sabo. Over to O'Neill. It's a long throw. Hamilton's running, and that's an error. So Hamilton's going to reach. Sabo commits the error. The throw goes wide, but stays in the field of play, and it's just a 1-base error. So for Tracy Woodson, who is 0 for 3, is going to square. Hamilton leads off at first. The bunt is foul. It surprised everybody, including Tracy Woodson. And the count is 0-2. Dibble's pitch. Got him. So 1 out. Woodson chased a fastball. Here's Rick Dempsey. Rick doubled, scored, stole a base, walked, and struck out. He's 1 for 2. Dibble has fanned 2 in the inning in the 3rd. Got him! So Dibble is a nasty boy indeed. And so Belcher's day will be done as the Dodgers will pinch hit. So who can hit a righty? Well, the answer to that is Mike Marshall. Marshall is a pinch hitter at .333, a home run, and 3 RBI. Overall, at .271, 19 homers, and 83 RBI. So Hamilton on first. 2 out, 4-2 Dodgers. Dodgers looking for their 80th win of the year and to cut the Reds' margin to 2.5. Dibble and Reed will have a word. Rob says, "Shut up and let me pitch." Reed goes back, gets away from Reed, and Hamilton moves up 90. So a ball and 2 strikes, and 0-2, and Dibble trying to put enough mustard on it, and instead he airmailed the pitch, and it's 1-2. So Marshall gets a reprieve from the governor here. The 1-2 to Mike. Base hit left field. Daniels will pick it up. Hamilton will round third. He is being waved home. Daniels just throws it in the infield, and the Dodgers are up 5-2. So Dibble out, Rob Murphy in. Murph, 65th appearance. He is 5-6 with a 2.94 ERA. 28 years old, fastball at 95, and a ground ball plus pitcher. And now the Dodgers have some breathing room in the ninth. Murphy has not pitched in this series. He pitched 3 days in a row, once down in Houston and 2 in San Diego. Both wins for the Reds down in the desert. On the 8th in a 7-2 win, he went 1 inning, threw 15 pitches and a strikeout. So overall for Rob, 70 1/3, 68 hits, 26 runs, 23 earned, 2 homers. Hasn't given up one in a month. 37 walks and 64 strikeouts. 2 out for Anderson, who is 0 for 3 with a walk. Marshall on first. Dodgers now have 10 hits. The lead 5-2. That's into center. Winningham comes in. Does he get there? No. Marshall will go to third. Anderson's on with a single. And he will go to third. Winningham's arm is terrible. And so runners on the corners, 2 out for Steve Sachs, who can make Tommy Lasorda really happy right now. Sachs is 2 for 4. He is singled, doubled, scored twice, and driven in his 39th. Murphy deals. Fly ball to left. The crowd likes it. So does Daniels, and that will retire the side. So the Dodgers get an insurance run on 2 hits and a Reds error. And then we go to the 9th. LA 5, Reds 2. It is not a save situation. But lefty, lefty, lefty means Jesse Orosco. It is a save situation because Ron's an idiot. So it's a double switch. Marshall stays in the game and right. Maybe. 2 and a 6 there. Orosco, if the Reds can't win this here or get the 3 runs, Orosco would be bat second in the 9th. O'Neill is 1 for 2. Orosco has saved 12 ball games and 14 chances. He's 0-4 with 45th appearance. He's 31 years old, slider at 91, and a ground ball pitcher. He pitched in the Friday game, a Reds 3-0 win, 2/3 of an inning, 15 pitches, and a strikeout. 45 2/3 for Orosco, 34 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 27 and struck out 35. 3 lefties in a row for Orosco, potentially. It'll start with Paul O'Neill, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Reds need 3 to tie and 4 to pull one out of the fire. And Nick Osaski's going to pinch hit. So the wheels come a-grinding now. Osaski is a pinch hitter, a solo homer, and hitting 154. Overall, 253, 17 homers, and 58 RBI. Left field, Gibson. 1 out. Let's see what they do with Winningham. He is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Dave Collins will pinch hit. Collins, a 200 pinch hitter with 2 RBI. 219 overall and 6 RBI. 1 out, Orosco deals. Up the middle, Anderson stabs it with a web jam. He robs Collins of a hit, and it's last chance saloon time for the Reds. Dave Anderson tips his hat to the crowd. Now, they're not going to bat Jeff Reed here. 2 out. And a huge almost win for the Dodgers. If Reed bats, he's 0 for 3. Louis Quinones will pinch hit. Louis is a pinch hitter. 273, a home run and 2 RBI. Overall at 241. A homer and 4 RBI. Last chance saloon for the Reds. Dodgers 5, Reds 2. Orozco deals in the center. Shelby moving over, and the Dodgers take 2 out of 3. And just like Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And the margin is 2.5. 529 slugging versus left-handed pitchers. So in 2 hours and 40 minutes, it rained all the way through. 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They moved to 80 and 61. They left on 9. The Reds, 2 runs, 7 hits, an error, and they left on 5. Tim Belcher goes to 12 and 8. 8 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He fanned 4. And Orozco picks up his 13th save. Tom Browning, nothing to write home about. He falls to 18 and 9. 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5. Dibble gave up an earned run and struck out 3, and Murphy was there for the end. Kirk Gibson is going to be your Digital Dice MVP. 3 for 4, a run scored, and a strikeout, and an RBI. So the margin is 2.5 now in the West. And before we say goodbye, let's play out the rest of the string here. On the September 11th, Pittsburgh beats Philly 13-2. The Phillies walked 10, and Bobby Bonilla has 100 RBI on the year. John Smiley goes to 13 and 8. Freeman 1 and 2, and Bonds 2 for 5, a triple and a stolen base. The Mets beat the Expos 9-3. Roger McDowell goes to 9 and 7. Tim Burke 4 and 8. So the bullpen blew that for Montreal. McReynolds 3 and 5. He drives in 3 with a double. Chicago beats St. Louis 8-2. Capel 1 and 1. Quisenberry 2 and 4. Mark Grace hits a 7, 3 for 4, and drives in 2. Pete O'Brien, a 4-hit day, drives in 2 with a double. They beat California 6-1. Charlie Huff 12 and 4. Clark falls to 2 and 7. San Francisco beats Houston 2-1. Scott Gerelt's 8 and 11. Meads falls to 2 and 4. Will Clark hits his 26th and drives in 2. In Atlanta, Charlie Pulido gets the win. He goes to 2 and 4. They beat the Padres 4-2. Rasmussen 10 and 2. And Ron Gant 2 for 4 with a triple. On the docket, when we're with you Monday, the Blue Jays and the Tigers from Toronto. Wednesday, the Dodgers and the Reds. That'll be the perfect game replay. And Thursday, among the games that could be chosen, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Kansas City, Oakland, Los Angeles, Cincinnati. Or we'll see. So that's what's on the docket next week. Expect another doubleheader on Thursday as we try to get to the end of the regular season. Hey, if you've spent the last hour and 58, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you Monday for the Tigers and the Blue Jays from Toronto. And we'll do a show for you then, too. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon. So long, everybody.